Hey, struggling to generate leads, demos, and signups for your B2B SaaS product? Most founders think it's because the product is not good enough. And while this may be the reason why you're experiencing a low activation rate and high churn, it's rarely the reason why you're not generating initial interest in the first place. And so the reason most founders struggle to generate those leads, demos, and signups is simple. They pick the wrong channel for the stage they're in. And so instead of wasting another year working on the product and running circles in this perfectionist cycle that you know will never end, you might as well solve the biggest problem you have right now, which is client acquisition, and get clients now, which will help you validate market demand. It would help you get feedback of actual customers on your product, people that paid money for it, and essentially work with those customers to build a better product while simultaneously growing your MRR. And so in the next few moments, I'll cut into the segment of the training I recorded where I cover over 30 ways you can take your product to market, the common mistakes most founders make when picking a channel they want to advertise on or market, and which channel actually gives you the best shot for the stage you're in. And so get your pen and paper, make some tea, and enjoy. Here's the truth. There's 30 plus ways to take your product to market. However, most founders, they pick the wrong channel for the stage they are in, or they try to validate multiple channels at once. And this leads to founders wasting months, sometimes years, and a lot of capital to find themselves in a position that is not far off from where they started. So here is a graph. Basically, that is the method to the madness, so to say. Nathan Latka, who interviewed and invested in thousands of startups, essentially put this graph together, summarizing the best growth tactics that work for B2B SaaS startups. And I want you to look at this graph and identify the strategies you're already trying, maybe some strategies that worked for you already, as well as the strategies that you might have tried but failed at. And again, feel free to pause this video, look at this, and the graph and everything else is included here. But what I want you to know is basically, according to Nathan Latka, if you're below $3 million in ARR, you should not be doing anything below the fast and slow line, simply because those things, they're expensive. And although you can raise VC, basically, and start off with those strategies, there are a couple of problems with that. Well, first problem is if you raise VC, you lose control of this. And if that's your route, if you already raised, like great, you have you can try this, but most of you, I would not recommend raising before you validate and shown some traction. And the second reason for this is actually because it's hard to raise VC. Basically, it's hard to raise capital in today's market unless you have some traction that you can show to potential investors. Like there's not enough capital going on as it was like 5 years ago. And so you need to have your metrics ready before you ask for this. And second, thing I wanted to mention here is now, of course, you can try to advertise right away, and you can try to start with the strategies. Like if you have experience advertising, successfully advertising a very similar product or service to a similar niche, and you know all the bits and pieces of this, and you also have at least $10,000 of a learning budget that you are willing to essentially burn to get the insights and find out what works, then of course you can get started from advertising directly. But my question to you is like, why take the risk? Why take the risk if you can do it properly from the start? And what I mean by doing properly, I mean that basically my version of doing it properly is like the go-to-market strategy that I'm talking about, and I'm going to show in a few seconds, is like it focuses on cold outreach as our main lead generation mechanism, because it's the fastest, most capital-efficient way to generate high-quality leads, demos, and clients consistently in today's market. Yo, it's me again. Want to watch the full training going over how we book 10 to 40 plus qualified demos a month for B2B SaaS companies using our go-to-market strategy? I'll put it somewhere here on the screen. I still need to figure out how, but in any case, yeah, you can check the description. I'll link it there as well. Just a quick note, it's a longer one, but it might be one of the most valuable and useful videos you'll find on this topic. So keep this in mind.